So there's always the question that we get, and it's, should I buy rental real estate out of my home state or out of my own backyard? Well, in today's video, we're gonna go ahead and dive right into it. Now, when we invest and when we help our clients do the same, we're always looking for long-term real estate buys, right? So today what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about out-of-state properties and how to find the best ROI opportunities that you can. Now, sometimes you don't want to invest in your own state because of laws or taxes or whatever it may be, right? And that's why it's important to figure out your investment goals first. The first thing you need to look at is, if you're gonna purchase real estate across state lines, you're gonna need a team. You have to have partners in order to make that kind of thing happen. Now, you could use a turnkey rental company like ours, right? A company that has the properties in place and has the tenant management that you need. And if you're looking to do it yourself, that's also okay. We just make the process of finding the best properties easier since they're vetted better, right? You're using our team to basically acquire them, renovate them, manage them, and that way they're turnkey, so they just work. Your other option is that you can find, rehab, and build your own team of professionals. Or you can use ours that are at a very high professional level. Now, the bottom line is you have to surround yourself with people that can help you as property management teams, contractors, insurance agents, and title companies. At some time in the real estate process, you're gonna have to use one of those people on the team to help you when you get into a jam. Now, one of the other tips when buying out of state is you gotta love the ROI return, right? You don't necessarily have to love the property itself, and that's not what investing is not loving the property, it's loving the numbers. So since you're not gonna be living in the property, you underwrite the property and you look at these properties based on the returns that they're going to give you. The key is, can the property be rented and can it produce income above and beyond what your expenses are? And if that's the case, that's what we're looking for, and that's what makes a good property for us. Plus, the neighborhoods have to be good, right? The crime's got to be low. They got to be in an economy where there's multiple sectors driving that economy. If it's just manufacturing or if it's just automotive or one of these industries, we're not going to go into that market. Okay, but the most important thing is the numbers. The numbers have to make sense and not how cute the property is or things like that, right? Because again, you're not living in this property. It's a different buy than if you were going to be buying your primary residence or a property that you're going to live in. Now, the other thing you need to look at when you're going to invest out of state is what legal entity you're going to set it up in. You're going to own it in your personal name, you're going to own it in an LLC, an S Corp, or some type of different structure. For us, we like to use LLCs in the state that we own the rental property. Now, you want to have a LLC because it protects the property and it protects yourself in the case of a lawsuit. Now, listen, I'm not an attorney, so if you need legal advice, I urge you to talk to your attorney, right, and get your own legal counsel. But that's just what we do. It helps us protect our personal assets in case anything should happen at that property. So depending on where you buy, property sometimes can be, for as little as $100 in many cases, you can get kind of some of these things set up. Now, if you're going to be investing across state lines, you need to also consider a property manager or some type of company to handle tenant issues. The last thing that you want to be dealing with is phone calls at 2 in the morning from somebody because their water isn't running, or their toilet overflowed, or some type of maintenance issue that you don't just want to be dealing with. That was a mistake I made early on in the investing career. A lot of the partners at this company have also done the same thing, and you really want to have a professional property manager that can manage these properties efficiently and do a really good job for you. Now, another thing that you want to do is you want to research the area, research the city. What do the other houses look like around there, right? The internet is a great place to start, right, with Google Maps and all the tools and data that's available on the internet today, but the internet can only do so much for you. So sometimes you may want to go visit the property in person. You may want to go visit the market in person, and periodically we hold inspection trips where we fly investors out so that they can come and look at our markets and meet the team and understand what we're doing here, right? The bottom line is you don't want to get paralyzed through the research process, because a lot of people will get analysis paralysis, right? And it just causes you not to do anything. And listen, in all reality, it comes down to the ROI, it comes down to the cash flow, and that's what we're looking for. So listen, if you're serious, you need to get an inspection on the property as well, and that just puts another set of eyes on the property. So our contractor teams on all of our properties have gone into the properties. They've done a nice full renovation on the properties, but it's always good to get your own set of eyes on the property through a building inspection. So we have building inspectors that we can refer you to on our team that can do it, and they're third party, they're independent, they're state certified, and they can go out and do a building inspection on your property to really give you a good idea as to what may have been missed during the renovation process. Now, the reason that you want a building inspection is you need a trained eye to let you know if there's something that is there that needs to be fixed, right? And that's why it's important to have a team working for you, especially when you get involved in out-of-state real estate. And listen, we love working with investors because they know what to look for. They can, report on anything that might seem out of the blue. And some of the recommendations may not necessarily need to be done for higher